It's always been alleged that Kristy Blanchard was a homewrecker, right? And it's been alleged that the reason why Rod and Dee Dee were not together was because of Kristy Blanchard. And at one point, Kristy Blanchard and Dee Dee allegedly were friends. During Ryan Anderson's interview on Extra TV, he spoke about an influence. Let's watch that.
Kind of like, I'm going to my parents for the weekend, and then all of a sudden it was, I'm not coming back.
What was the argument about?
Random stuff. Nothing major.
Really?
Well, it was. I'm not ready to disclose that.
Sure. Did it have anything to do with Ken?
Possibly.
So she kept up a relationship with him even after you two began
Not really.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't like people think. It was, there were other things that happened. Like it was another influence that kept pushing Ken on her. And, thought somebody had our back and was wanting us to fail. And yeah.
Also a little bit of betrayal in there too.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, I know seeing this, you might say, that might be a reach. But actually, let's look at something else.
Ken checked in. What?
If something happens with Gypsy and Ken, it's going to be your fault.
He's trying to weasel his way back in because now Gypsy's out of prison.
I've never been on camera before talking about anything like this.
I'd still think I'm reaching, but Kristy Blanchard said this in her very own words. Gypsy Rose's stepmom, Kristy Blanchard, reunited her and Ken Urker. Now he's moving to Louisiana for her. Kristy Blanchard opens up about Gypsy Rose finding love again with Ken Urker, admin her divorce with Ryan Anderson. It says found love again with ex-fiance Ken Urker, but it was her stepmother Kristy Blanchard who reunited them. And she says, "It's all my fault, and I'll gladly take the blame. I wanted them back together," she tells People exclusively for the first time. While sitting in the hotel room, she shares with her stepdaughter in New Orleans, May 21st. "I have made that happen. Put the heat on me." So Kristy Blanchard is playing puppet master with her very own stepdaughter's life. Doesn't that seem a bit odd? It seems as if maybe she's not busy enough and she's trying to find something to do, and Gypsy seems to be what she's trying to find. Now, what I think is rather strange is her stepmother has been known to be a homewrecker. And it's been alleged that the reason why Gypsy's mom and dad were not together was because of Kristy Blanchard. Kristy Blanchard allegedly was good friends with Dee Dee up until the point that she started seeing Rod. Now, it's also been alleged that Kristy Blanchard has cheated on her husband, and it's also been alleged that he had over a year-long affair with someone else during their marriage. And it's said that they were on the rocks up until Gypsy came out of prison. I don't know if this is true, this is just alleged. Obviously, because it's been alleged that that's the reason why Gypsy and her dad were not together, she obviously shows a pattern. And it also shows a pattern why her marriage seems to be the way it is. Like I said, I don't know for sure if it's on the rocks. This has been alleged. And I kind of feel like the dynamics in Gypsy Rose's new show kind of shows a strange dynamic. And you heard her dad say, if something happens with Gypsy and Ken, it will be all your fault. It doesn't seem like her dad was so going for this. And it's been alleged that her dad doesn't really like Ken. So I think this is all very interesting, and I think Kristy is using this all for a storyline, as she feels like Ken would make better TV. I've said to you guys several times, you lose them exactly how you get them. And because Kristy has been playing puppet master, allegedly, I'm not so sure I'm convinced that this relationship will work out, because she's been manipulating everything the entire time. Could you imagine her being your mother-in-law? I don't know, that's just food for thought. This all seems like a really crazy situation, and the fact that she admitted it is mind-blowing. Tell me your thoughts, drop them down below. Bye-bye for now.